Alright, here's the second practice problem that we're going to do. So the first thing we want to do is we want to convert that notation into some exponents that we can work with so that we can apply the power rule and find g prime of x, find the derivative of g. So we're going to rewrite this. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of the radical signs. Remember, you can rewrite this as a rational exponent by taking the power of x divided by the index of the radical sign. So our first one is going to be 1 divided by 4 x to the 1/2 power minus 2 divided by 5 and then x to the 3/4 power. And now that we've rewritten those as exponents, we want to also, if we left it like this, we would need to use the quotient rule, which would be very messy and wouldn't be very, there's an easier way we can do this. So we're going to make these follow the rule of exponents that says that we can, if it's 1 over x to the something power, we can just write that as a negative exponent if we bring it into the numerator. So we have g of x is 1/4 times x to the negative 1/2 power, and we have 2/5 times x to the negative 3/4 power. Alright, so now that's something that we can apply the power rule to. So we're going to go ahead and find g prime by applying the power rule. Again, power rule. Take our exponent, multiply it by our coefficient, and subtract 1. Doesn't change, stays the same. So the thing is, the trick is to not let the notation of g trip you up. So now here we go. We're going to say 1/4 times negative 1/2 x to the negative 1/2 minus 1 power. Alright, so all I've done is taken 1/2, the original exponent, multiplied it by my coefficient, and I'm subtracting 1. Just what the power rule says to do. So minus 2/5 times negative 3/4 x to the negative 3/4 minus 1 power. So again, multiply 3/4 by my coefficient, 2/5, and then subtract 1 from negative 3/4. The power rule is done. We're done. We applied it. We want to clean that up some, make it look like our original function here. So we multiply. This is negative 1/8, and then x to the negative 3/2. We have negative, it's minus 2/5 times negative 3/4, so that's going to be plus 6/20, which reduces to 3/10. X to the negative 3/4 minus 4 over 4. So negative 3 minus 4 is negative 7/4. And I want to write that with radical signs and everything with positive exponents. So I'm going to combine the two steps into one. I'm going to make those positive exponents by putting those two x terms back in the denominator. And then I'm going to convert them back into the radical signs by using the denominator as the index and the numerator as the power for x. So I'll get 1/8 1 divided by 8 times the square root of x cubed plus 3 divided by 10 times the 4th root of x to the 7th power. Alright, so the conversion between positive and negative exponents, we've done that rule in Algebra 2 and Pre-Calculus. Also changing between radical signs and rational exponents. The index of the radical sign is your denominator. The power of x is your numerator. Alright, and so that conversion, once we get a good handle on that, should become second nature. And it needs to be as well, so you can kind of save time and not think about that sort of thing on the AP exam when it comes up. So there's a couple examples to kind of get going, and anytime you you come across those, maybe you could refer back and see this again.